DeAndre Ayton was supposed to be forgotten, overpaid, underwhelming, a bust. Those who don't know ball and take his Portland days serious, knowing Portland is an unserious franchise, they literally playing for lottery picks. They have no interest in winning. Phoenix sending him there was a complete fuck you. But now he's in LA and everything just changed. With LeBron orchestrating, Luka breaking down defenses, and Reaves finding gaps, Ayton is motivated. The Lakers might have just built a championship core that is severely being slept on. This isn't a hot take. This is a PraviMVP basketball breakdown. Support the channel and become a member today. Smash that like button if you rocking with your boy Pravi and Laker Nation, or comment the team you rocking with before the season starts. Now let's get into this breakdown. First, Ayton wanted out of Portland, not the other way around, which is why he took a $10 million pay cut to be free. Unlike Dame, who was simply cut without warning and had his contract stretched out, Ayton made the choice. He never wanted to play in Portland. As everyone knows, they weren't competing for a championship or anything serious and had no real proven star playmakers for him to pair with. Ayton thrives his best with an elite playmaker because he is an elite play finisher, not just someone who creates his own offense without a setup. But once he is set up, he has some of the best efficiency in the entire NBA. When he played with Chris Paul, even past his prime, they were the number one in pick and roll efficiency based on the volume of pick and rolls they ran. Now, picture that with Luka, who is without question the number one pick and roll guard in the NBA, just entering his prime with revenge on his mind. Not only that, but Luka had the highest on-ball gravity in the entire NBA over the last 5 years. Just having the ball in his hands opened up his teammates, and LeBron is 8th on the same list. So if Ayton was dominant with last legs Chris Paul, you're telling me he's not about to produce top 5 center numbers with Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reaves? The Austin Reaves who also averages another 5 assists per game. Ayton has never played with this level of elite playmaking. Yet, he's one of the few centers in the league since he's been in the league to average a double-double with career averages of 16 points per game, 10.5 rebounds on 59% shooting from the field. Come on now. Y'all can't see that turning into 20 and 12 easy or higher efficiency in LA? The remarks about his motor are blown way out of proportion. If he wasn't ready to give 110%, he wouldn't have signed in LA because he knows he will be crucified by the fan base and the media. What kind of person gives up $10 million to get out of a situation if they weren't serious about winning? He knew playing in Portland meant nothing. With a roster full of unproven talent, 2 years of his career was wasted. Ayton's rebounding addresses the Lakers' biggest weaknesses. And no, it wasn't offense or overall defense. If you actually watched the games, especially the playoffs, the Lakers constantly gave up second chance points. Teams like the Timberwolves feasted on offensive rebounds, and that was a clear advantage that turned momentum in several games. That advantage is gone with DeAndre Ayton now in the lineup. Ayton is one of the best rebounders in the entire NBA, particularly on the defensive end. He averaged 10.5 rebounds per game, with 7.6 of those being defensive rebounds. That placed him in the top 10 in defensive rebounding percentage, where he consistently ranks near elite territory each season. So that means What they really struggled on, he is legit one of the best players in the NBA doing it. That's been doing it every single year, even playing with a bum Portland squad. Over the past 5 years, he has averaged 2.9 offensive rebounds per game, giving this team critical second chance opportunities that they severely lack because the Lakers were sorely lacking on offensive rebounding last season, ranking 25th in the entire NBA in offensive rebounding. At 7 feet tall, with a 7'6" wingspan, elite vertical pop, Ayton brings much needed athleticism, size and athleticism to the paint, which is something the Lakers lost after they traded for Luka Doncic, which sacrificed interior presence for perimeter playmaking. While Ayton isn't considered an elite rim protector in terms of raw block numbers, as he has a career average of 1 block per game, he is a solid positional defender who alters shots and uses his length effectively to contest shots without fouling, which is a key. He is very good with controlling his actual fouls, keeping the other team off the free throw line. In fact, his contested shots per game ranked top 15 among centers last season. And once again, this is playing with a bum Portland squad. An opponent shot nearly 6% worse than the average at rim when guarded by him, according to the NBA tracking data. In short, Ayton might not be a shot blocking specialist, but he's strong enough as a paint anchor to erase the Lakers' defensive liabilities inside. His presence alone dramatically improves their rebounding, closes second chance gaps, and gives the Lakers a legit two-way big who doesn't need the ball to impact the game. Offensively, the Lakers are going to be supercharged. I'm telling you, they about to turn up a whole nother notch because Ayton brings a dynamic they simply didn't have. Even with Anthony Davis, look at the numbers as you see on the screen here. Ayton's touch around the basket and in the mid-range is just flat out special for a player his size. In fact, his shooting touch from 10 to 16 feet rivals that of shooting guards. Last season, Ayton shot 48% from mid-range, which is significantly higher than Anthony Davis, who shot just 38% from that same range. That kind of efficiency from a 7-footer opens up the floor dramatically, especially in pick and roll situations. Pairing Ayton with LeBron and Luka in the PNR is going to be virtually unguardable. Luka is the best pick and roll ball handler in the NBA, averaging 1.11 points per possession in PNR as the ball handler per Synergy Sports. And now he has a big who can not only roll hard to the rim, but also pop for that mid-range jumper with elite touch. That is something that, yes, Gafford is probably the best just straight rolling to the rim finisher as like just hard to the rim finisher, but he does not have the touch as far as the baby hook, as far as the jump shot, as far as the finesse. Lively either. They both are better at just flat out rolling to the rim and jumping for lobs because I feel like Lively is probably the most athletic with the longest wingspan. And then Gafford is like just the biggest and strong, and he was the hammer. But Ayton is a finesse scorer that neither one of them are. Like, even his touch from the free throw line is better throughout his career. He's just the best, the most offensively skilled big that Luka has ever played with. That's no knock to Lively because Lively, that was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I like Lively. Just Lively isn't the same polished offensively. He's more of a defensive anchor, but he is not nowhere near close offensively. While Luka made the most of his time with the bigs that the Mavericks gave them, none of them had the footwork, the hands, or the finishing package that Ayton brings. What's more, The connection was personal. Luka pushed for the Lakers to sign Ayton. Both players share the same agent and had reportedly discussed teaming up for a while. Chemistry won't be an issue here. This was a calculated move by Luka to bring in a front court partner who complement his game perfectly. Teams are going to have fits trying to guard the Lakers in the pick and roll, especially with Ayton in the mix. He's just so highly effective out of the short roll, which becomes a key weapon when teams try to trap or blitz Luka, something defenses do more to him than any other guard in the NBA. Listen to this. According to NBA tracking data, Luka faced blitzes or hard traps on over 30% of his pick and roll situations last season. This is the highest rate in the league among high usage guards. Now, when that happens, Ayton catches the ball in space and becomes a triple threat. Number one, he can rise up and knock down the mid-range jumper where he shot nearly 50% from 10 to 16 feet, putting him on par with some of the top shooting guards in the game. Number two, he can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim using his athleticism and touch. In a few, one or two dribbles, he'll be at the rim dunking. If it's a small, he's dead. He is a matchup punisher. They can no longer put a small on DeAndre Ayton because he has that finesse scoring ability to where he can roll, catch the ball, take a dribble, put his body on the small, and throw that little floater right over the top of him and convert it at such a high rate, you're going to lose the game. He can make the right read if the help defense rotates, hitting the corner or the cutting wing. Ayton has underrated vision and decision making when given space to operate, something Phoenix rarely allowed him to do in their structured offense, and then Portland just didn't have the talent. Let's not forget, there is a reason he was the starting center in the 2021 NBA Finals, anchoring both ends of the team that made a deep finals run. He's not Shaq, but he doesn't have to be. Based on his offensive skill set and rebounding alone, Ayton is easily a top 5 center in the league when used correctly. And that's what's about to happen in LA. With LeBron, Luka, Austin Reaves, the Lakers now have the best playmaking trio in the NBA by far. Luka's gravity, LeBron's vision, and Reaves' ability to manipulate defenses out of the secondary actions will fully unlock Ayton's offensive potential. He won't be forced to create out of nothing. Instead, he'll feast on high efficiency looks in a read and react offense with elite passers surrounding him. JJ Redick he already has spoken glowingly about Ayton. It is a reason they targeted Ayton. They wanted Ayton. They got Ayton. He knows how to utilize him. If Ayton was productive in Phoenix with limited touches in a system that often marginalized his offensive game, imagine what he's going to do in a system that amplifies what he already does best. Final thoughts. DeAndre Ayton isn't just a nice addition. He is the X factor. This move by the Lakers didn't just fill a hole. It reshaped their entire identity. A motivated Ayton with a real role, a real purpose, playing next to two of the greatest playmakers of this generation. That's a problem for the rest of the league. This is not the Portland version of Ayton. This is a player with something to prove on a contender, surrounded by high IQ hoopers who know how to get him the ball in the right spots. He's about to remind everybody why he was the number 1 overall pick. The Lakers didn't just get deeper, they got dangerous. If you sleeping on the Lakers this season, you're in for a rude awakening this season. Smash that like button if you rocking with Pravi and Laker Nation. Drop a comment if you repping your squad before tip off. I want to know who y'all riding with. And if you new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications. I'll break down the game like nobody else, and I'll bring you that fire 2K content. It's your boy, PraviMVP, signing off. Blessings to the Most High. Peace.
Hey. skyline.